What's up, guys? I'm driving home from class right now on Tuesday, and I thought this would be a good time to talk about something that I've been seeing in the media a lot, and that is vaping and juuls, and how the FDA has come out saying that we don't know the long-term effects of vaping, and the CEO of Juul came out saying we don't know the long-term effects. Like, if you're not trying to quit smoking, then don't start using this product. It's not meant for you. It's meant for people who are trying to quit smoking and already do. And so that's their claim and everything, but just from my observations, it seems like the majority of people I know who are Juul holders are high school or college age students who have not smoked cigarettes before, but there's kind of this social pressure, social trend to have a Juul, so all their friends have Juuls, so they go and get one, and now all of a sudden they're spending $17 a week or every couple of days buying more pods because now they're addicted to it. So I don't know, I started smoking cigarettes end of my freshman year of college, and I did actually get a Juul to stop smoking cigarettes. And I actually found that I spent more money on the Juuls, and I bought the 5% nicotine ones, which one pod is equal to a pack of cigarettes. And on that equivalence, I was actually smoking more nicotine from the Juuls than I did from the cigarettes. Because, you go outside, you smoke a cigarette, and you're done. A Juul, you can hit discreetly all day, like wherever you are. So I don't know, I just don't like it. Juuls are definitely marketed to be like the trendy vape, I mean, we all know that it's not good. We all know that it's not good to vape. We all know it's not good to smoke cigarettes. But it's just alarming to me that, actually no, it's not alarming. It's not surprising. It's just disappointing that these were so hype when they first came out, especially marketed towards younger people. Now all of a sudden, when you have an entire population of people who are hooked on them, it's like, oh shit, these are not good for you. Don't use these. But by this time, it's too late. I remember actually when the Juuls first came out, they were such a big trend that me and my friends went to several stores to try and find one because they were all sold out, because we just had to be one of the first people to own Juuls. And now I don't know, now just everyone has one and everyone is addicted to nicotine. It's crazy. People who never would have smoked to begin with now have this nicotine addiction, because I guarantee a lot of the younger people who are smoking Juuls probably would not have ever gotten into cigarette smoking, because there's just such a different appeal, as a young person. Yeah, it is really gross to smoke cigarettes, whether you're a young person or not. Honestly, it is gross to smoke cigarettes. I can totally see why it would be harder for younger people to say, oh, that's something cool that I want to try, when the Juuls have actually appealing flavors. It's a good thing they discontinued the mango, because it was really freaking good, honestly. They make these discreet, not nasty, not all these other nasty side effects, this little smoking device that seems a lot cooler, a lot trendier. Oh, use this, it's healthier. But now there's vape lung. I'm hearing about vape lung, and that's the craziest part to me, is the term vape, as in smoking, wasn't even a thing when I was a kid. It has been such a new thing that I have seen develop throughout my teen years. Now there's a man-made disease called vape lung. That's crazy. When I was a little kid, I guarantee that did not exist. It's just I think it's actually kind of similar to, I know there's some disease called popcorn lung, that a chemical in microwave popcorn was giving people this disease, people who worked in these popcorn factories. I think it's the same, along the same lines as that. But damn, just the fact that there is a disease because people are inhaling so much freaking vape juice that now they are sick. Now they're getting collapsed lungs. It's just crazy. And how many people has Juul really helped quit smoking? I quit smoking, but I would absolutely not say because it was of the Juul. I honestly think that the Juul made it harder for me to quit smoking, and it was my conscious decision that this thing is so unhealthy for me, I need to get rid of it. The best way for me to feel good is just to not Juul whatsoever. But, bless you. But just to, reiterate my point, it makes a lot of sense why they would market towards a younger audience, and then a few years later, once they have everyone addicted, oh shoot, oopsies, it's not really that good for you. It just does not seem like an accident to me, and I'm not judging at all anyone who does smoke, doesn't smoke, you know. If you smoke cigarettes, that's your decision. It's not the healthiest decision. I understand that there is addiction within vape and cigarettes and everything. I totally understand there's an addiction, and I'm not judging anyone who does smoke, you know. I'm not judging, but just with all this new information coming out about the dangers of juuling specifically, vaping, but I'm going to target Juul specifically, I will feel like this is something really important to share. This is something that I've definitely learned over. These are things that I kind of low-key knew when I was smoking my Juul. I knew a lot of this stuff is not good for you. I definitely had a really strong idea that I shouldn't be doing it. But just in a young society where everyone is doing it, it's kind of hard to be that person who's you know what, I'm not going to do this. And then all of a sudden everyone's oh, well, why? Well, why? And it kind of becomes a conversation. But now that I've really just completely kicked the habit, I actually have not owned a Juul in the last year. It's been about a year. I've not been smoking that shit. And I care a lot about just the well-being of our young generation and stuff, and I care a lot about my generation and those around me. I think we're a very powerful generation, a very special group of people. Not to say that anyone's not a special group of people, but it would be really shitty to grow up as an old person and see very long-term effects of something that was so cool and trendy when we were younger. I would hate to become an older person and just see everyone around me with respiratory diseases or lung diseases or all these vape lung related complications because they were told when they were younger that this is a healthy alternative. Then a little while later turns out, oops, no it's not, but oops, we're already addicted. I kind of see it as a part two of the whole 50s cigarettes. It was advertised everywhere. It was oh yum, a delicious, cool, crisp drag of Lucky Strikes, and then all of a sudden it's these are so bad for you, stop advertising them. So that's kind of what I feel is happening with the Juuls. I feel they really got around FDA and really deceived us as a group of people saying, hey, this is a healthy alternative, when it is not at all. So it's been a long video, I've been ranting a lot, but I guess I would just like to challenge anyone who watches this, whether one person watches it, whether I post it to my Instagram or YouTube, I don't even know. I didn't even really plan to make this video. It's just something that's been on my mind a lot, and I don't know, I just encourage anyone who watches this to, if you do Juul or vape, or if you do smoke, just stop vaping, I guess is what I'm just getting at. You know, I'm not going to say stop smoking, but just the whole vape has been very deceitful with, you know, this is a healthier alternative. Oops, no it's not. Now we're all addicted. If you really want to smoke nicotine and tobacco, smoke cigarettes, smoke backwoods, you know, do it. Go for it. But stop smoking Juuls just because everyone else is. Just because, like, all your friends have a Juul. Or just because there is a social pressure to it. And I know it is absolutely hard to quit. Trust me, it was really hard to quit smoking. And, you know, some people have been smoking for several years, you know, most of their lives. Like, yeah, stopping smoking is really difficult. But just to do it because that's what everyone else around you does, or all your friends have Juuls, or it is the cool thing to have Juuls, or you just like having it on hand, I really just, like, encourage you to really just do some research about all this new shit that's been coming out, and just really evaluate why you like having your Juul, if it's your conscious decision to have the Juul, or if the Juul owns you, because that was a really big like struggle I faced when I smoked my Juul. Was I had a part of me that said, I really don't want to do this, but I feel like I have to. I feel like my body needs it. When it's something that's poisoning your body, essentially, and your body does not need that whatsoever. Literally whatsoever. You do not need it. The company has designed a product that continues to give them money because we keep coming back to it. Fast food and processed food is absolutely the same way. Any sugary like food, I absolutely think is the same way. But Juuls especially, they don't care that you're trying to quit smoking. They want you to come back and keep buying Juul pods, which are so expensive anyways. Like, they make so much money, like, it's crazy. Juul pods are such a big waste of money. Stop buying Juul pods too. But yeah, that's just, I'm just about home, so I'm gonna stop ranting now. But yeah, just my final verdict is really evaluate and look at why you have your Juul, why you started it. Did you even smoke cigarettes beforehand and needed something to quit? The ratio is 1 pod is to 1 pack of cigarettes. How fast are you going through a pod? Would you smoke a pack of cigarettes that quickly? Why would you start smoking cigarettes to begin with, too? Like, is a question. I don't, just ask yourself, you know, how is this helping me? What is this going to do for me in 10 years? In 10 years, when we all have kids and families and careers or travel or whatever, and we're not around the same social group that we are now, what is that Juul going to do for you? Really. Hopefully 10 years down the road, a lot of people have kicked the habit and they're not still around, not still, you know, I'm sure there'll be something else, but the tobacco and nicotine and sugar, alcohol, fast food corporations, their number one thing is to put something out there that once you consume it, you're like, oh my gosh, that was so good, I'm coming right back for the next one tomorrow. And that's exactly what Juul is trying to do. I don't believe whatsoever that is a safer alternative. If you really want to smoke tobacco or nicotine, smoke cigarettes. If you want to smoke weed, but kick the Juuls. Like, I'm so serious about that. Like, I'm almost starting to get kind of just disgusted, just how many, like, absolute, just Juuls, Juul pods, Juul pod caps, and I'm seeing everywhere, because I know that the only thing this is doing to our entire generation is destroying our respiratory system, fucking up our brain cells, and just, there's nothing good about it. There's not a good thing about it. So I ask you, please stop smoking Juuls, stop vaping. Either don't smoke at all or smoke with intent. Don't just smoke Juuls because someone else next to you is doing it, or it's the cool thing, or it's trendy, or whatever, because that's not cool to destroy ourselves because it's trendy, and a lot of things in our society has that goal, and we need to realize these things and say, well, stop, I'm not going to be controlled by your corporation anymore. So that's what I ask with this video, is just, if you have to smoke weed, tobacco, nicotine, smoke with intent, but stop smoking Juuls and vapes and e-liquid and carts, because that shit is gonna mess us up.